Okay, we have some very interesting numbers this week. We are down total active listings. We were down last week and we're down significantly even further to a total of 1639. New listings in the last 7 days, also down almost, we're down 9 from last week. New pendings is down also 228. But we're seeing, right, the reason inventory keeps falling is because new pendings are higher than new listings. And so our inventory just keeps going down. It's not catching up. New closings in the last 7 days, also pretty significantly down, almost 20. Average days on market is down by 1. So that's a good down, right? That's the only one that's been good so far, only by 1 day. Look at that jump in average price. We went from 274 to 236. 236 is the lowest that we have seen it since we started tracking in August. That's a pretty significant drop in average price. Number of reductions, this is down 144. I think what may be happening is we're maybe pricing a little bit better, or we've already made some reductions and we're just hanging out there. We're not reducing any further right now. The sales price to list price ratio also down just a smidge. We're at 95.63%. Number of expires is up to 48, up by 2, which we've been hanging out in that range for quite a while. Number of agents, we just continue to see them drop. 8,601. And our interest rate actually popped back up to 6.37. So everything is down. We're just feeling that we're in the middle of winter. Although on a personal level, and I was speaking to Todd last week, and he was like, do you feel like you got busy all of a sudden? And I was like, yes. And he was like, me too. So that would probably account for here. New pendings in the last 7 days, although it's down, that's one of the only numbers that are up besides interest rates, of course. So we're just, that shortage of inventory is still, creating that.
The great Keller Williams can help you.
Oh. Hey, Allie, what is the search parameter on this? Is this a certain zip code? Is this all of Western PA? Like what is it?
It's single family in Allegheny County.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And it goes, all the way back, and we saw, a jump up in some things in the beginning of fall, and we've just been dropping since then. Again, to what, Todd was saying and what I was feeling busier. I have buyers that have come out. His take on it was, maybe they've just finally decided interest rates aren't going any lower, and so they're getting back in. I've had quite a few sellers reach out to me and, ask me to come on listing appointments this week. So I do feel that sense of, shifting into a spring market of just being a little bit busier. But unless we can get some of these new listing numbers up, we're going to create that, continue to create that shortage, which creates madness.
I mean, for us, we've picked up. So in the last 5 days, we got 15 new orders, which is way better than it's been. So I would definitely agree that things suddenly were busy again, which is kind of cool.
It is cool. So I thought, that's an interesting point, right? We have an agent who is feeling busier, a lender who's feeling busier, and title who is now feeling busier. So those are signs of, the trees budding. We're going into that spring market. What's happening here? So anyone that's going to rewatch this, the takeaway as an agent is going to be, go get those listings because we don't have enough of them. Any thoughts, Mike? I know you were on the phone and I muted you. Unmute, okay. Unmute yourself.
There we go.
There we go.
Hang
Any
on, let's-
thoughts?
The quick thought is the conversation seems to be from the mortgage side that interest rates are going to be coming down the end of this year. And I was just talking with a competitor to Becky, who felt that February is getting busier for him. So, I think it's, again, like everything else, we have to be patient. Days on market is the one thing I keep looking at. Wow, people are just hanging out. And I don't know if it was because January in Pittsburgh or they're waiting for something to happen, who knows? But if anybody knows anybody that's interested in a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath on Penn Hills, please let me know.
I know that house. I keep seeing it.
We're going to find a
well-
buyer for it. We're going to find a buyer.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna find a buyer. And I think, too, and it's a conversation with buyers is, yes, ideally in a spring market, there are gonna be more homes on the market, but also in a spring market, there are more buyers in the market.
Right.
So you have a broader selection in theory, but you also have more competition.
Right.
So maybe that buyer for your Penn Hills house isn't quite in the market yet, but they will be
Right.
soon.
Right. That's, and as, I think we've been greatly blessed weather-wise with a very mild January.
Mild winter period.
Mild winter period, exactly. So,
Yeah.
again, I think all this is very helpful, and as you say, it gives you great talking points. I guess I just going back and looking at average price dropped like a rock.
It dropped. I checked that average price 4 different times because I was like, what has happened that it dropped so significantly? We know when there's a big jump, it could be, $1 million home has sold or, something really high, but a drop like that, I checked it so many times and I was like, this is it. This is what we're getting.
Right.
An average days on market is interesting. We're up to 53 or we're down 1 to 53. But we have just been in the past couple of years in such a fast moving market that it feels maybe like a long time to some sellers.
Right.
But if we look at the national average, a seller's market is 6 months of inventory or less. So anything over 6 months, then we're shifting into a buyer's market, and a balanced market is about 6 months. So, these sellers who have been spoiled watching the market over the past couple of years, they're like, oh, my house has been on the market for 50 days. We're knee deep in a buyer's market.
Right.
No, my friend, we are still in a seller's market. We still have a shortage of inventory. You're still below that benchmark of days on market. It just feels different because the market we had been in was unheard of.
Right. So
Right.
again, it will be interesting to see what happens, as we move forward. Is the Fed due to meet again soon?
I don't know that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. I didn't
Don't
know.
follow that.
Yeah, I knew other people had been. Okay.
I
All
know.
good stuff. All very good stuff. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week. Thanks for hopping
Okay.
on, Becky.
Thank you. Bye-bye.